Okay, everybody, welcome back. Gives me great pleasure to present in 3D, Carl, in 3D, from Unity. Facebook and Unity have a great partnership, so I'm going to be very interested to see what you say about the future of Unity. Please go ahead, Carl.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I work for Unity Technologies. My name is... Okay, I'm just going to try to find how I can... Okay. No? Yeah, my name is CALLEWAERT. I work as a product evangelist at Unity Technologies. Feel free to always reach me out by email, LinkedIn, Twitter, PayPal, to get my attention. Okay. That's me at home. I live in Canada. As you know, we all live in an igloo in Canada. My daughter, I'm very family-oriented, but on the other hand, I'm always on the road. I'm here for the community. And I want to just know you a little bit better. Who from you is currently using Unity? Raise your hand. Okay. It's really good, but I want to see everybody's hands. Okay. Maybe after this presentation. Who from you has already created and published games with Unity? Raise your hands. Okay, a little bit less. And who from you is an educator? Yeah. And who from you is an indie? Awesome. I worked in indies and indie style too, and I worked in AAA. So who from you works for large companies? Okay. Who knows Unity is a religion? Ah, okay. But one of the benefits of listening to my presentation, okay, is that you can fill in your contact information in my database, and every month I look at that database, and then I pick one person out, and I send a pro license of Unity to that person. But also today, after this presentation, tomorrow I can access my database. I will pick out one person and send a Unity Pro license. Okay. Is that awesome? Yeah. Just to let you know, oddly enough, the randomization always picks my name. So, what is the benefit of listening to this presentation? I will be talking a bit about Unity. Okay, most of you know us already as a company. But I want to talk a bit about what we see as a company, what we observe, what we learn from our community, what we see in our community, and how that is shaping us. Okay, how is it shaping as a company, shaping in the feature set, and the solutions we provide as our company. That's a benefit that you better will understand that, and how you can also influence us. For people who have already seen presentation of Unity, we always talk about the democratization of the game development. Okay, that's one of the very early on stages, where we have our 3 founders, 3 hardcore programmers who started Unity. But actually, the democratization is about empowering creativity. Unity is not just about making games, but people have taken so much different directions. We see it's used for safety training. We see it's used in schools to teach grammar, math. It's also used for really art installations, expressing yourself. Unity, I'm going to give a few slides about the facts of our current company. Okay. Unity started in 2002. Okay. So it's a while ago. 2005, the first version was released. Okay. A small group had created. And the first capital was raised in 2009. Vast majority, and also the money we always raised has been in our bank. It's always as a buffer to make sure our community comes first. Okay. Also staggering numbers. We have now 310 employees in our company. Okay. 2 years and a half, I started Unity as employee number 100. So in 2 years and a half, we already had 310 employees. And we're growing fast. We're looking still for more people. Feel free to reach out after this presentation and talk about it if you want to join us. We have offices in 14 countries and 29 different nationalities, all working at Unity Technologies. Okay. But why I'm here, what I'm seeing, what makes me really excited for the future of Unity. I have the luck to go around and meet with some of you in the community around the world. I see some more familiar faces that I visit at their local studio, see their success stories. And that makes me very excited for the future. Okay. One of those elements If you think about it, the smartphone explosion, where we all talk about it. Let's see a little bit more stats about that. In 1976, and I think half of this room was not born yet, okay, and way before that, sadly, Apple released their first computer. Okay. 36 years, we have 1.5 billion units on the market. So 36 years to get to that. That's very impressive. First smartphone, 2003, 2008, around that period, smartphones came on the market. Okay. Right now, in 2013, there are already 1.5 billion units on the market. We expect in 2018, there will be 6 billion units on the market. And we expect that every rural person will have a smartphone, not always to play games, but maybe to do their banking. Okay? That means in 4 times we have 2 times more devices. So that's 8 times faster growth on mobile. And that's making me excited, like for the indie community to easily distribute their games. This is a staggering number. Okay. All the things that we notice in our community and all that information shapes us. Okay. Smartphones, the explosion. And around 2008, top games made about $1 million on the mobile. 2012, we have games who are making $120 million success stories. Okay. If you never heard of Temple Run, Ski Safari, then I think you're not from planet Earth. Okay. But what we see is also what we expect in 2013, we expect games, mobile games, to make $500 million, say the top games. Yeah? That shows the impact, and that shows us how we're going to shape our company look at. But one of my really interesting facts, and I really believe in, and I found amazing, is that the indie community is still growing, but the monetization and the revenue of the indie companies is even faster growing than they're growing. That shows how powerful indies are, flexible are. And that's why at Unity, when we make tools, we always have to look at it will work for AAA studios, for large studios, for small teams. Very flexible, easy tools to use. Another thing that we've very noticed is that every year the game market wholly changes. It's very flexible, changes. So our tools have to be very fast adapted. And we have to have teams that are very flexible, that we break them up in smaller teams to very fast iterate and create new content. And you're going to see that later on, what we do for that. Okay. Some games that last year were very successful are totally not successful anymore. Or styles that were successful are totally not successful anymore. Something different that we see is the race to quality. A lot of people want to have very beautiful, stunning graphics games. Okay. A nice example with Unity on the Snapdragon device. A device that now can load 4K by 4K textures. If somebody would say that 3 years ago, I'm going to put 4K by 4K textures on my device, that's the race to quality. Everybody wants to have it. But also what we see is more and more 3D into the games. Or a mix of the games. A mix of 3D, 2D in there. And I think everybody's looking when you see a stunning demo, how is that done, how is that made? Okay. Another element is, I see is that sometimes it's just one thing that makes a thing stand out, a game stand out. Okay. Maybe it's just the art that stands out, or the gameplay that stands out. And that's very important. If you can make that one thing perfect, one thing stand out, and therefore I say challenge yourself. And as an indie studio, you want to stand out. And it's very difficult to make a MMO with 400 different levels perfect. Make something that stands you out. And that's what I get in the feedback and the advice from successful indie guys. And that leads me to another concept, is Half-Life. Now, I'm not talking about Counter-Strike or Half-Life. I'm talking about something totally different. And that's about the power for the indies. Okay. When you make a musical, especially a musical or music, music is like Phantom of the Opera. After 100 years, they are still there. So as an indie, as you make a small team, how are you going to compete with that? It's very difficult. Okay. The film industry, 5, 10 years, movies are still in the market. And it's hard as an indie guy to compete against that. PC games, 2 to 3 years in the market. But mobile games only sometimes 6 months, up to 2 years. But that is important. That short half-life, shortens the half-life. That short cycle of success enables indie guys, smaller studios, or even large studios to bring out games and see if it's successful faster. So don't be afraid of a shorter life cycle, because it gives you the power too. Another thing that I noticed is go local. Okay, I don't mean just make a game for your region or something. No, what we see is that as indie, the game market is not one market. It has different branches. Focus on a branch where you can be successful at. Maybe one store or something, or one gameplay. Focus on that, and that's what I see some success stories like Ski Safari, a Temple Run game, where they're very focused on one gameplay, on one market, and became very successful. And from there, they took it on to other markets. A thing I'm personally very excited about is what I call, personally, I call it mobile console. What we see is that more and more phones are accepting game controllers to play with. Today I was here playing at the booth of BlackBerry. I play a game with a controller. And that's what I think a strong concept will become, is that for mobile devices, I come home, I put my on the table, grab my controller, and I start to play with it. Apple has even talked about already accepting also game controllers. I see it already in a lot of Android devices. And that's why all those things shape Unity, and then we have to take notice from. Okay. So, let's talk a little about Unity and how that shapes us. Okay. A lot of people that have attended presentations already from Unity, we talk about our advanced technology. Okay. But that is changing. It's not anymore just a technology. Some call it a tool. It's a tool to create interactive content. But that's changing, because we are not just anymore a tool. You might have heard about the asset store, the union. That's why Unity became a solution. Okay. The asset store allows us to help you with the content. Our union team allows you to publish on platforms that are hard to publish on, and where you don't have sometimes the contact on it. Okay. It's a solution for you to create content, interactive content, to all those different platforms here. This year we added on the Windows Phone, totally for free. So if you have Unity Pro, you just click and you can also export the game. I built a game to the Windows 8 phone and the Windows Store. BlackBerry is added, Linux we added, the Wii U we added. We also make that announcement for PC, the PS, the PS4, for the Xbox. So we're all in commitment with those companies to help you port those games to all those different platforms. But it's not just about always platforms, like the Oculus is also working in Unity. Who from you has already tried the Oculus? Only a few people? I really encourage you, it's a really wonderful experience. My daughter of 6 years old was like, wow! That was her reaction, okay? Another thing that we really talked about was the democratization. But there's more to it. I think it is time to call it a social movement. Our community has created a social movement. We have a huge community now that contributes to it. It's a community that we, as Unity, enable to you create money, to create a quality company, and be viable. Okay? And I think that's very important that as Unity we didn't start out from creating a social movement. We started out as a tools company, and we're shaping our company through that. Okay. When you look at our When we look at our community, okay, we have no more than 2 million people, registered users. This is a huge impact when you want to learn Unity, when you want to find people in your company, when you want to look for a job. We have more than 400,000 monthly active users at Unity. A staggering number. If you combine that number, that gives you more than 5.5 million hours of creation. interactive content that's been created by our community. And thanks to a social movement and a huge community, thanks to that, the asset store came alive. Who from you has used the asset store? Okay. You have about 1/3 who's using it. Okay. The asset store allows you to speed up your process. It's a store where you can buy in content, scripts, editor extensions to make it faster. If you look at the asset store alone, 375,000 active customers we have in our store. Okay. There's more than 7,500 packages in that store. Who from you is selling on the store here? So we don't see any hand raised. Oh, one. Awesome. Okay. I want to meet you afterwards. Okay. If you think about that, the top sellers, the top 10, top 20, are making $30,000 in rent in the store. And that social movement has allowed to our community to be successful, not just in game development, but in all different directions. Our packages can be bought. Amazing, beautiful content. To speed up your game development. Characters. Helping to render, making things look beautiful. But also editor extensions. And that became very successful. People are writing tools on top of our engine to make it easy to make game development. Okay? Like people who have never programmed, Playmaker New Script allows you to drag and drop scripts in it and make interactive content. But some of the other tools that I personally use too, Smooth Moves, to make very fast 2D animations, RageSpire, Rage tools. Some of you have heard about NGUI, using NGUI. Who's using NGUI? A few people here. If you think about it, that he gave his numbers publicly at GDC, he made more than $500,000 just on selling that one package in the asset store. Okay. So I call it going nuts with Unity. As an indie guy, if you can create success with that, if you think about it, by the end of 2013, the asset store will have earned our community $9 million. This is not us, this is our community. It's also for us a great tool to recruit, because we know who's good, but also a very good tool for us to know what our community wants. We can read from there and help them to achieve success. So that has really shaped Unity, our software. And Unity 4.2 is not only about features, but it's about our philosophy, how we look at our community, how we help our community. Okay. So I'm going to see if it works here. Okay. This is our new demo game, Chase. Okay. I really encourage you, if the lighting is hard to see here, but check it out on our website. It's called Chase, where you see, this is totally running on a mobile device on the iPad 4. Was a test done, and it's running also on an Android device. A Snapdragon 2 was also, where you see like nice, really realistic look of the character, of the eyes, the skin, pushing the boundaries on the graphics. Check it out, and soon it will be also available to download in our asset store, so you can play with it, see how it's made, and put it on your device. When we look more at feature set, okay, is the integration of Perforce. It might seem like, okay, that's just a feature, but the real thing is that it's really enabling large teams to work together. We grow from just 1, 2 people, 3 people working, but large companies working together with 100 people on one project. That's why we integrated Perforce. But also the great thing is, for the indie community, Perforce is free to up to 20 licenses. So people can easily work together. It's empowering also the indies. Okay. We also added the Windows Phone 8, the Windows App Store. Really cool, totally for free. You make a game, publish it. So we're always looking at platforms. Okay. For the indie community, it's very important that you can publish also to the BlackBerry 10. Because then you can monetize faster on different platforms. It's not just monetized on one platform anymore. That concept is over, I think. Okay. I can talk really about hardcore features like the avatar controller at real time. Not going to go in depth, but it allows people to really fast do characterization, custom characters at real time, and still use root motion. Okay. What I mean with that is we're really supporting AAA features for indie to large companies. Okay. Also OpenGL, that's supported, really the graphics quality, boosting that. So all those things we see, the rush to high quality, faster, small, flexible teams, is all the reaction. That's we listen to that. But what I really find interesting is not just the features. I'm a tech guy. I love all the technical features and I read them. But what I'm really intrigued by is that our commitment, Unity's commitment to quality and the community. One of the things is that for every dev person, we have no one Q&A. In the past, we had 6 Q&A guys. But our community is growing, so it's really our commitment to quality of the software. And that's we ramped up to a team of almost 40 Q&A people. So if you're interested to join our team for that, let us know. Okay. Rapid release cycles. So instead of like waiting for a whole year, holding back all the features, no, every 3 months we bring out updates for the community so they have access to it. And we're growing. More and more people hiring to support our growing community. That led us to 19 offices around the world. I'm not going to all list them. I didn't visit them all. I'm almost there. I'm looking forward. Okay. But also as a commitment, not just to consoles, but also different platforms. And having partnerships. Like we have a rapid growth in the last year in Asia with Unity. And one of the support is also with the 360 browser. The Unity player is by default installed in that there now. So for our community, it makes it easy to reach a huge community in Asia. Okay. Besides giving our community the asset store, the tool, the union to help you publishing, but also empowering our users with information, stats. Who from you has already visited the Unity hardware stats website? You have 1 person. So I really encourage you to check that out. It's a website where we track all information about devices. Like when people start up a Unity game, we see which device it is, which hardware it is, which web player they use. All that information is stored directly in there, and you can open it and look at it. And that, like a nice example was, I was last week watching it, and I'm looking at all the Android devices. Which Android device, specific device has been used the most? It was the Kindle Fire. Then as a game developer, you really start to understand which devices I should look at. Okay, the Samsung combined was bigger, but one specific device is Kindle Fire. So I really encourage you to look at those stats. It will give you very information. We'll also talk about which operation system the people are using on the devices. So should I still support iOS 3? Should I support iOS 4? You will be really see like most people from iOS update very fast their software. But with empowering with information, we also empower indie communities to have easy access to Unity. What we've done for that is, yes, we had a free version that you can use for the PC, Mac, and Linux. But recently, it's fully for free for publishing to iOS, Android, BlackBerry, and the Windows Phone 8, and the Windows App Store. So you can use the free version to do that. Okay. We also empower people with subscription. Okay. Also, another one, and I really like, is our website of Learn called, where all tools are for you to learn faster Unity and more in depth, because our software is growing, more and more features are there. Okay. But the most important thing is that I just talked here about the future, where we're heading. Basically, you can read between the lines a lot. But I really want to invite you to Unite Vancouver. Unite is our annual user group. Who from you has already gone to Unite? Okay. 1 person, 2 people. So I encourage you, if you want to learn more about Unity, come to Unite Vancouver. It's a 4-day event. First day is a training day where you sit down and learn how to make a game. And then the 3 days are speakers who come to explain how they made the game, how they overcome the challenges. But also we have Richard Garriott, who's coming out as a keynote. I'm very excited about that. And the real cool thing is, I have here a code. On the bottom, you can take a picture. I'm going to show it again. That you can use for 25% discount when you come to Unite Vancouver. Yeah. I'm going to give you all the information in 1 slide. Feel free to contact me, and after this presentation, come up to ask questions. This QR goes to my database, so you can fill in the information, and I can stay in touch with you. What I also do a database, I type in like Los Angeles, San Francisco, New York, and then I can stay in touch with you, because then when I go back to that specific area, I send everybody an email. Look, I will be in the region. Let's do an event. And on the bottom is a 25% code to see you at Unite. So I hope to see you all at Unite. And thank you for paying attention to me. Thank you so much.
And I understand Facebook's also going to be at Unite as well.
Correct, yes. I didn't put in my slides, but there will be an announcement there, yes.
Thank you. Now, raise your hands if you have any questions. If you don't have any questions, I know sort of Carl will be outside afterwards to answer any questions.
Yeah.
Okay, time for one quick question. Maybe I'll do it.
Yeah.
Tell us about the price, the subscriptions, the site license. What's available and what does it cost and how cost effective is it?
Okay. So right now you can make commercial versions with the Unity free version. Okay, that's not a problem. Totally for free for iOS, Android, BlackBerry, Windows Phone, the Windows 8 App Store. The moment you make more than $100,000 commercial revenue on it, then you have to switch to Unity Pro license. Okay. If your entry barrier is a little bit difficult for Unity Pro, you can pay a subscription of $75 a month, and then you have access to Unity Pro, and then $75 extra gives you access to iOS or Android, where you can publish your game. So it makes it very easy. Okay. Then we have also the full license. You can pay for $1,500, and if you want to do a lots of volume, then I really encourage you to contact directly us. Even when it's 5 license or 6 license, contact directly our inside sales team or our business team. And also for education, there's humongous, huge discounts. So they don't have to pay the full price, but a really small price. And also a cool feature is for students and teachers, they can go to the website Studica and they can buy their Unity for $99. That's also, it's all about helping it for everybody to get access to it. So.
Okay, so I hope you're going to stay around for questions.
Yes, for sure.
Well,
Thank you.